Hello, and a very good evening to one and all. I hope you all are doing good. It's been quite a long time since I have come, and usually I come on Thursdays. And here you see me today on a Sunday for an expert Gyan live session. So, yeah. So, first of all, I would want to, make you all very, what do you say, get you all into that zone where this week has been a very nice week since we had festivals and we all celebrated with our family and there were a lot many things, and I think a long time after COVID we had such a thing. Diwali was there, and yeah, it was a festivity thing. So yeah, so welcome to our live session. My name is Zainab and I'm media and PR executive at 9sem and your host for today's live session. At Coming back to 9sem, 9sem is India's first and only skill-based digital learning platform providing skill-based learning to engineering students in the core and the non-IT industries. So, as you all know, skill based learning is really very important, and we all are trying to do our bit from our side to all the engineering enthusiasts over there. So today I am very happy, excited, nervous. I'm having a lot of feelings, mixed feelings, for this live session. And one of the main reasons being like today's session is like really going to be very fun, since we have a very eminent personality among us. And he is the kind of a person I vibe a lot. There are a few people who match your vibe, who share similar thoughts to you and who make complete sense to you, right? So it is something like that. So I am really very excited and I'm looking forward towards having this amazing live session. I hope you all will enjoy it too. And one of the major things about this live session is that it is diverse. Okay, it is dynamic, I would say. It is having a lot many things. Okay, it's not just about engineering today. It is not completely about engineering, but it is having a lot many things. I don't want to break the ice and tell you all everything right now. So you'll come to know eventually. But then yeah, to tell you initially, it is about maybe all the travel enthusiasts. Okay, people who love traveling, also the studious people, also the people who love working too, people who are dedicated. So it is something like that. You might have come to know eventually with the topic itself, that is a digital nomad lifestyle. But yeah, it is very, very special and it is very unique. And I am really excited also to share a platform with eminent personality like Saurav Arya. So let me introduce you all to him. Okay, so basically Saurav is a mechanical engineer. He has done his engineering from Indian Institute of Technology in Kharagpur. After that, he worked as an engineer, and then his area of interest and his stream completely changed. So he'll be talking about that. It's completely normal, okay. And now he is a co-founder of Small World. He's a co-founder of Workstays. He is a TEDx speaker. He is a founder of Impressive Infographics. And basically, if I had to tell you that he is a digital nomad, travels, and he is in search of fulfillment, creativity, freedom, spiritual growth. Okay, and he runs a lot of hospitality ventures too, and is like totally okay on a mission to make an army of digital nomads. So you can all connect with him on Instagram too, and you can find him. And he's a total creative and fun personality. Okay, so let me introduce you. So after giving such a nice introduction, I think you all are really, really excited to meet him, like as much as I am excited, to have him. So yeah, so let's welcome Saurav Arya.
Hey Zainab, thank you for the
Hi,
introduction.
Saurav. You're
That was
most
fun.
welcome. See, I told you he's really very fun and creative. You got to know that vibe thing.
So looking forward to share about digital nomad lifestyle and interact with everyone. I hope if any of you, any of the audience have any question, they can ask in the comment and you can read it, right?
Yes, 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 sure.
Sure.
We could do that.
So, so yes, because I want it to be very interactive. I want audience to ask us questions if there is anything, and if I can't read the question, but if there is anything that comes up, you'll have to just let
Yes,
me
yes,
know, and
sure. I'll do
I'll be
that.
happy to take it up. Okay, guys. So I hope you got some idea about the digital nomad lifestyle. You might have heard of it. um, so it's all about working on the move. It's all about being on the move, travel at the same time, work remotely. And it's not specific to any specific kind of work. It could be any kind of work, right? um, so yeah, what I'll be doing is I'll be talking about my entire journey. I'll be talking about how after my graduation, I graduated as a mechanical engineer, but how I got my first job into operations. I worked in operations for 3 years. Then 2 years I worked into supply chain traceability, and then after 5 years of work, I felt like I had enough of 9 to 5, and then I took a gap year. I took a gap year in 2012, and the whole idea was to um, travel around, give time to things I'm passionate about, and then figure out what to do in later on. But but after 1 year of traveling around, I felt like it doesn't make sense to get back to 9 to 5 again. So that kind of changed my lifestyle completely. So we will be talking about that. I'll be sharing with you how I changed my career path, and how I feel like it makes sense for all of us to be aware of how digital nomad movement is going on, and how you can also, if you're interested, you can also embrace this lifestyle.
Yes, totally. We are all looking forward, all geared up, excited to like know more about this same thing.
Sure. So without any delay, we can start the presentation. I would love to take people through.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Just give me a moment.
So while Zainab is sharing the presentation, if any of you guys have not heard of digital nomad lifestyle, just let us know in the comments. Just want to see how many of you haven't heard of that. Let's see. By the way, it's also known by different name. So we'll get there.
Is it
So
visible
all,
to you,
yeah,
Saurav?
it's visible to me. All right. All right. So we can go to the next slide. We can start from there.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So see, it's 2020, and we are living in a time when work is no longer a place. Because work is something that you can do remotely. Pretty much most of the work, right? So I'm talking about those people who are knowledge workers, those people who need just a laptop and internet connection to work, right? And that, you see, that constitute a major part of our work. It's not about the IT jobs. Even in the non IT jobs, a lot of people who are consultants. Even in core job, you have people who are consultants, and they don't need to be in a factory or any specific location to get the work done, right? And especially with the lockdown, what happened is that even more number of people were forced to work remotely. So we are now living in a time where, for the first time, you see in the history of mankind, work is no longer a place. It's something that can be done from anywhere. At the moment, I think many of you are, maybe you're working remotely or studying remotely, but it's just a phase where, working or studying from home. Very soon you can, I think once you get tired of being at home, you'll be okay with working or studying while being on the move. So working from anywhere, working remotely is pretty much getting into mainstream. So this is very exciting time to be in, where we are seeing how the way we work is transforming. All right, and I'll be talking about how to prepare yourself while this change is happening. How to leverage this trend of working remotely. Okay, so we can go to the next slide. See, normally what happens is that in a traditional life, what happens is for the first 25 years or so, we study, and then 35 years or so we work, and then we take the retirement, right? So that's the normal template lifestyle most of us live, isn't it? We do our
Yes.
bachelor's, we do our masters, then we find our job, we work continuously in the job for the 30 years or so, and then we push our dreams to retirement time, that okay, if we want to travel, we'll travel once we retire. Whatever we want to do, we'll wait for the retirement time. So that's a very traditional lifestyle, right? But here is the thing, it makes sense that once you're done with your learning, once you're done with your education, it makes sense to not postpone your dreams, not postpone your plan, but make it part of your lifestyle, you know. So for example, if you want to travel around the world, you don't really have to wait for your retirement. You can pretty much work at the same time you can travel around, right? And being location independent allows you that. Being a remote worker allows you that, right? See, what happens is in a traditional work setup where you have to every day you have to wake up and commute to work, and then you have to be in a fixed location, you have to be part of certain meetings even if your presence is not required, you have to be part of unnecessary office politics, you have to commute back, a lot of time is wasted, which doesn't make sense, right? And all those time you will have all those time you can make use more productively, or you can uh, give that time to following your passion if you're working remotely, right? Or if you're pretty much on your own, and either working from home or working from anywhere, right? So this is a new template lifestyle, and this probably makes more sense for for most of us, because it gives us more freedom and flexibility, right? So what do you guys think about it? Like, I would, before we proceed, I would like to get some comments. I would like to get some idea about what you guys think about working remotely. What are your inhibitions? What you think? What are the things which stops you, or if it's something that you really want to do or not? So if there is any view you have, any questions you have, please please use the comment section. Let us know so that we can, while we are going through the presentation, we can also take up questions and answer to you. All right.
Yeah, we could do that actually.
Sure. Yeah. So let's go to the next slide.
Yeah.
So as I was telling you guys, so after 5 years of 9 to 5, 2012 was the year when I left my job. 2011 end was when I left my job, and 2012 was a year full of Sundays. So by year full of Sundays, what I mean was that I decided to live every year like it's a Sunday.
Oh.
As in, yeah. So the idea was that okay, there won't be any boss, there won't be any subordinate. Just I'll go with the flow, I'll travel around, and I'll plan as I go. So what I did that year was, first I in January I started circumnavigating India. So I went all across India, and then after that I went to Southeast Asia, China, and East Africa. So the whole year was full of travel, was full of so many new experiences, and it was so eventful that I felt like I lived 10 years in that one year. you know so
Oh.
this is what happens when you live every day like it's Sunday. Okay. So I would like to know from you guys, have any of you guys thought of taking a gap year, or any of you guys have thought of living a year where you are not doing anything but just following your passion? Your passion could be anything else, it doesn't have to be travel. Many people are passionate about writing, many people are passionate about singing. So the whole idea is that you should give yourself enough time to follow your passion, and you should follow your passion without any interruption, right? And yes, I do agree that of course you have to sustain yourself. Work is also important, but probably we can give ourselves gap year. We can give ourselves time off once in a while. Like, if you want to, if even if you want to stick to a regular 9 to 5 job where you have to go to office, probably after every 4 or 5 years of work, you can give yourself 1 year of gap year where you can totally focus on your uh, on your life quest. You can focus on your things you're passionate about, and probably that's a more I would say better way to live a more content life. So before we proceed further, Zainab, is there any question, any comment that we have to answer to?
Okay, let me check. Hmm. So there are a couple of comments.
Okay, do you want to take it now? Do you want to, is there any question that we have to answer to?
Yeah, yeah, there are questions which you could
Okay,
answer, but I would suggest we could take it after the session,
sure.
after the
All right, okay.
presentation. Maybe.
All right, okay. So let's get back. Let's go to the next slide.
Yeah, yeah, one second.
So um, so there are lots of slide. I would go really fast, and because I want uh, more time interacting with you guys, I would prefer if there are more questions. I will prefer if we can have a conversation about digital nomad lifestyle rather than me giving you all the gyan through presentation. So I'll run through the presentation. It's like I'll make it quick.
Can you see the slides? Like,
I
can you
can I
change?
can. Sh- Um, that's fine. You don't have to do the full screen if you can't. So that's fine. So yes, uh this is world's most farthest city from the sea. This is a city in China called Urumqi. So this is just to show you guys that remote work allowed me to work from very far off places, and I was very fortunate to work from all different countries. In the last 11 years, I have been on this quest to visit all the countries, and I try that every year I visit at least 9 to 10 new countries, and this has been a life quest. I really want to visit all the countries with my Indian passport, and so far it's been almost halfway through. It's been 90 countries so far, but there are 196 countries in the world, so it's a long way to go. So yes, so just wanted to show you guys that this lifestyle allowed me to follow my passion, and I'm extremely thankful for the same. Let's go to the next slide.
Yeah.
And what I do is that I have a scratch map. So every time I visit to a new country and I come back, I scratch that country from the map. So you can see that these are the countries that I've covered so far. So it's a big part of Asia, all over Europe, big part of Middle East, East Africa, Central and South America, and US as well. So these are the countries I have covered, and I'm looking forward to, once we get the vaccine and once the travel scene resumes, I'm looking forward to visit other countries and continue this quest. Let's get to the next slide. So this is me in the world's farthest. World's highest border between two countries. It's the Irkeshtam Pass. It's between China and Kyrgyzstan. So
Oh,
yeah, just to share a story with you guys. When I crossed the border, so this guy, he was like, he had not seen an Indian traveler going to Kyrgyzstan via that border. So he got very curious, and he was a big Bollywood fan. So he asked me that, hey, do you know, are you from Bollywood? Do you know Mera Naam Joker? because these guys, they are like big fan of Raj Kapoor, and because back in Soviet times, Raj Kapoor was very famous there. So yes, like it's great that how Bollywood is widely known across the world, and because of the Bollywood, you feel as an Indian, you will feel very welcomed wherever you go. So just a small story I wanted to share with you guys. Let's go to the next slide.
A small and a sweet one.
Okay, so now we get to what's happening around the world, what's happening which is facilitating this digital nomad lifestyle, why it makes sense to travel around and work remotely at this time. Okay, so what we are seeing now is that around the world the number of freelancers is on the rise, and this is the data about US, but this data is same everywhere. Like there is a rise in number of freelancers all around the world, because this lifestyle is better suited for people. A lot of people, they want freedom and flexibility in their life, and they feel like they can avail it if they're working for themselves. And freelancing is something that again, is for everyone. It's not for any specific industry. Even if you guys are into core sector, you can pretty much freelance as a consultant, right? So
Yes.
yeah, the number of freelancers is on the rise. Let's go to the next slide. And average internet speed is also, it's rising exponentially. So that means that it gets easier and easier for people to work remotely from any location. It's not like you have to be in the office area where there's fast Wi-Fi. With Geo, pretty much everywhere you get fast internet and you can work remotely from there. So this is also aiding remote work, because now you are not limited to any particular geography or any location where you have to work from, because you won't get fast Wi-Fi anywhere else. Let's go to the next. Also, what's happening is that more and more people are either deferring their marriage, or they want to be more free and flexible, so they are choosing not to get married. So this is again data of the US, but again this can be pretty much, you can say that it's the same trend is there globally as well. So the marital status is on the decline. So this is also aiding digital nomad lifestyle. This is also helping people switch from regular 9 to 5 job to live and work more remotely. Let's go next slide. Also, what's happening is the cost of traveling is going down. So as you can see in this graph, the Berlin to London flight ticket is decreasing with every year. It's because of lots of low cost airlines are coming, you know and also because of competition. So we will see that in coming years the cost of transportation will go down. Lots of low cost carrier will come up, and we will see that travel will become cheaper. Okay, next. So what we saw is that we have fast, cheap internet, fast and cheap air travel, lots of freelancers, no marriages, no ownership. So because of all of these things, what's happening is that there is a huge number of youngsters who are free to work from anywhere, and they have all that is required. Then all they need to work remotely is a fast internet and cheap travel. They have it, so it's facilitating this lifestyle. So let's go next. So with all of these, what we see is that by 2035, there's going to be around 9 billion people, and 6 billion of them will be working. Almost 50% of them will be freelancer. That is 3 billion people. So that means that 3 billion people will be freelancers, and 1 out of 3 will be a nomad. That means that by the year 2035, we're going to be seeing 1 billion nomads around the world. That's a very big number, and that shows the shift in the work that we will see. It's already happening. If you look around, you will see that lot many people, it's not just about people choosing to go remote. Lot many people have been forced to work remotely. For example, you guys might have heard of IT companies like TCS. They have they have told their employees, 70% of their employees are now working remotely, right? And they have told them that they don't have any plan to get them back into office, because that's not required at all, you know. So be it a choice or a compulsion, but that is the trend that is, it looks like it's going to stay here. So that's a pretty big number, and it makes sense for us to prepare ourselves to get ready for this way of working. Okay, go next. So yes, I feel like the way to do it is that the best way to embrace digital nomad lifestyle is to just take the plunge, as in take the plunge. And once you take the plunge, you will figure it out. You know, it's like jump off the cliff and build your wing on the way down. So you will figure it out how to do it. You'll figure it out how to be disciplined and how to get your work done while you are working remotely, when you're working from anywhere. Let's go next. So there are some questions and some pointers I would like to mention. So once you can work remotely, you can live, work, or play around the world, right? Because you're not hinged to a location. So if I mean, we don't have enough time now, but like I'll be very much happy in case any of you guys have any question. I'm there on the Instagram. My handle is Indian Digital Nomad. I'll be happy to share with you guys in detail that how to live anywhere. Like if any of you guys have any questions about visa regulations, how to go to a certain country, which are the best places to live, even if you don't want to go outside India, even inside India, if you want to live in different locations, I'll be more than happy to help you figure out where are the best places to work from in India. For example, at the moment, many people who are working in Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, places like this are moving to small places. Like many of them are moving to Goa. Many of them are moving to hill station in the south, like Wayanad, like Munnar, because the cost of living there is low. There are so many things to do. You can do leisure activities, you know, and it's more fun to work from those locations, right? So there is now that if your work doesn't have to be at one place, there is no reason why you should pay hefty rent in expensive cities like Mumbai or Bangalore, isn't it? You know, it doesn't make sense to pay 30-40,000 in rent when you can pretty much find a very good place for less than half the price and very fast internet, right? So, if any of you guys have any questions around this, I'll be more than happy to take it up, one to one later on. I'll be happy to share with you guys how to design your nomadic life, how to prepare for life on the road, and what are the habits required to become a nomad. Okay, but right now I can just give you a glimpse of it. Let's go next to the next slide. Also, if you want to become a nomad, if you have any questions about how to finance your life, as in how to ensure that when you're working on the move, you always have funds with you. If in case if you're looking for remote jobs, how to find those remote jobs. I'm assuming many of the audience watching us are are in the core job or looking to have a core job, right? So I'll be more than happy to help them how to find a core job which allows them to work from anywhere, like how to be a consultant in core sector. So there are platforms which caters specifically to those people. you know so how to find remote jobs, how to build a location independent business, even if you don't want to find a job, even if you want to start your own small business or a startup, how to go about it. I'll be more than happy to answer in case you would like to know. Let's go next slide. And it's not just live and work, but also life is all about play. So once you get into this lifestyle, if you have any question about how to what to do with your freedom, what kind of life quest you should be on, you can ask me about that as well. And also, if you have question about how to meet other digital nomads while you are traveling around, how to take mini retirements, how to plan workations means work vacations. um, so things like that. Yes, so if you have any questions, you can write in the comments, or you can get in touch with me on Instagram. Let me know your questions, and I'll be happy to answer. Let's go next slide. And that's my handle. It's Indian Digital Nomad on Instagram. So yes, that was the presentation. I would be happy if you have any questions for me. I'll be happy to answer.
Well, I don't know. There are a lot of questions, but then I would prioritize my questions before that.
Sure, go ahead.
And the presentation was really nice. Okay. And it is so nice to know about things, okay, like from different perspectives. And also, we always had this thing, at least I had that, if you're working, you can't travel, or you have that only one vacation in a year, and those sort of things.
Yeah.
So I like it. I like the whole this digital nomad thing and how it goes, and especially about you can pursue what you like. You can be passionate about
Absolutely,
it.
absolutely. Before you proceed further, I would like to add here one thing is that, yes, so first myth is that you can't travel and work, as you said. The second myth is that lot many people feel like travel is expensive. Travel is not expensive. It's all about prioritizing thing. What has happened is that a lot of tour companies, they have made people feel that travel is expensive. There are many wanderers, many travelers who are traveling around the world for nothing. They are hitchhiking around the world. So they're hitchhiking. They're living frugally. They're living using hospitality networks. So that would be another session for sure. I think, because there's
Yeah.
not many things that goes into travel hacking and travel frugally. Yeah.
So, Saurav, the most interesting thing I find about you is that you first pursued a core thing, right? You wanted to do core engineering. You wanted to choose engineering pursue, and then you
Mhm.
wanted to all of a sudden get into something else, something like this, something that's very creative, which is something very different, right? So, like, I would want to know, like, how did you like shift? There was this major shift which you had. So, how was
See,
it?
first of all, I feel like in India we hardly have any option. It's like all we have to do is either do engineering or medical, and then figure out what to do with your life, isn't it? That's
Yes.
for everyone. And we all of us, we stumble in our twenties. 20s is all
Mhm.
about stumbling. 20s is all about figuring it out, figure out what you want. So I don't feel like it's an exception. I see lot many people, they do that. When I would say, of course, when I was studying mechanical engineering, I was interested in that. When I got my first job, I was definitely interested into operations. But then your interest changes, and I feel like now we are living in a time. 2020 is the time when I don't think that there is anything. I mean, I don't believe in career, because I see that people are now like they're switching career whenever they want to, and probably that's the best way to be a lifelong learner, isn't it? Like, you know,
True, true.
I mean, for example, if you're into marketing, but if you're more interested into operation or sales, probably you should give it a try. And I mean, we're living in a time where any skill you want to acquire, you can acquire pretty fast.
You
You
can,
can
yes,
There
yes,
are massive
definitely you can.
online courses, you can learn, and you can prepare yourself for it.
Right now, there are a lot of options available. It just is like what you do with the opportunity.
Exactly.
Also, experiences tend to teach you a lot, right? So when you travel to a new place, it's an entire new experience.
Yeah.
So I feel that acts like a what you say plus point, a bonus thing. Going
Mhm.
every day to the same place, doing it's not much of a growth happens here, right?
Absolutely.
So I'll just focus on your engineering aspect more as of now, since we have our organic audience to be engineering students. So they would want to, take in that also from you.
Hmm. Hmm.
So when you were pursuing your engineering, what was the most enjoyable thing, or what did you least enjoy and what did you most enjoy while during the course of time while pursuing engineering?
So, while studying engineering, when what I enjoyed the most is creating. Is creating lifelong bonds with the friends, especially your wingmates, the people, the friends you stay with in the hostel, right? So and it's been really long. I graduated in 2006. It's been 14 years. So what I remember now is mostly. All the beautiful times we spent together. So what I'll tell you guys is that all your friends with whom you're going to, I don't know, maybe some of the audience joining us would be a student already, right? Isn't it?
Yes,
Like many of
yes,
them are students.
yes, yes.
So yes, I think what you will cherish the most is the time that you're spending with your friends. So yeah, after a few years, it really doesn't matter uh, what you majored in. It really doesn't matter how much CGPA you got, what's the score you got. What matters is all the bonds you created there, as in all the people you met. So yes, definitely for the first couple of years, it does matter what's your final grade, because
Yes.
if you are sitting in an interview for placement, yes, definitely that's one of the criteria. But yes, after a couple of years, when you're switching jobs, your employer won't care what grade you got in your final term, or what is the average score that you have. So yes, I think all the students should keep this in mind, is that of course they have to ensure that they should get good grade, but what's most important is to ensure that the friends you make during your engineering days, ensure that they stick with you. All right, because they are going to be your friends for the entire life. you know they will be in. It's great if you can be in touch with them.
After all, memories stay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so as I already asked you that thing that you shifted your area of interest. So, what was that one influential factor, which played a major role when you suddenly decided that you don't want to pursue your career in engineering anymore and you want to adapt this digital nomadic lifestyle?
Okay. So see, in 2011, when I decided to take a gap year, I was very influenced by a couple of books. For example, Tim Ferriss's 4 Hour Work Week. It's like a Bible for remote workers and digital nomads. Then Chris Guillebeau's $100 Startup. So $100 Startup again is a book about how to have a small business, how to run a small business, and follow your life quest. So these two books have been the influence, and I felt like when it comes to starting a business, I felt like starting a content design business. I found that to be more appealing than uh, sticking to operations work, being a consultant. So yeah, that was the thing. Yes, I was interested into operations, but then I found something more interesting, and then the shift was it was imminent.
So, you are basically a book enthusiast. You like
Of
reading
course,
enthusiast.
yes,
That's
definitely.
nice. Reading is always blissful. So, if I could go to the next question, could you just elaborate a bit about digital nomadic lifestyle in India? Okay,
Mhm.
like about the world you have already told us, but if you could focus on the Indian audience, like how do they take it and what is their opinion on that? What do you
Yeah.
feel about it?
So I see that it's rising in India, and especially with the lockdown, it's going to grow exponentially here. What's good to see is I interacted with college kids. I had a chance to interact with college kids, and what I found is that most of the college kids are aware of remote work. They are aware of location independence. They have some idea about digital nomad lifestyle, and many of these students, they are not dependent on one job. They have multiple income
Yeah.
stream, or like they are already part of share economy or on-demand economy. They're influencers. Many of them, they are making money by being an influencer. Many of them are gamers and they're live streaming. So because of all of these, it's like they're probably in a better place to to be a nomad. They are not hinged
Yeah,
to a particular location.
great. So, as you said that, you have been traveling to a lot of countries. Okay. So you might have set a travel goal for yourself, maybe, like when you have been to so many countries, I believe. So what would that be? You could specify.
Yeah, so as I shared with you guys, I'm on this quest to visit all the countries. There are 196 countries. It's been almost halfway now. So yeah, that's my life quest.
Oh, great. So you want to like visit all the countries and experience all the stuff. So
Yes.
how is it like, how do you adapt after going there? Like sometimes there are a lot of difficulties you face, maybe, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I
So
mean, it's traveling is tough. It's like
yeah.
things go wrong. Um, I have had all different types of experience, some good, some really bad, but yes, it's like it's a quest, and I have to go on. So what I feel is that uh, it's world is a safe place. For travelers,
Yeah.
it's a safe place. So world is boringly safe. It's so safe that it's boring, actually. Of course, we do see some news about things going wrong, and there's some terrorist attack and all, but normally it's not the traveler which who is at the receiving end. For traveler, even if you go to a place like which is considered dangerous, you will find people who will be more than glad to welcome you. So and also I feel like when you're traveling, you get so used to of ups and downs in life. You get so used to
Hmm.
that nothing will excite or disappoint you enough.
You basically tend to, learn to adapt to different situations at different times. So
Absolutely.
it's like you're working on yourself too.
Yeah.
Coming out of your comfort zone is difficult, but then once you start coming out of it and you start being comfortable with different things, I think that creates wonders, right?
Absolutely, you put it the right way. You just have to take the plunge, and
Yes,
then you will be amazed by the way you adapt.
totally. Okay, so I think I am done with my questions. So I'll just go ahead with, what our audience have to ask you. Okay, so here we go. Yadvinder Singh wants to know which are the skills you gained during engineering which have always been helpful to you even after your interests changed.
Um, See, it's like I think what I learned during my graduation days, which still helps me a lot, um, is is about how to rally people. See, business is all about rallying people. you know Running a business is all about managing people and nothing else.
Yes,
Running a
totally.
business is all
Hmm.
about community development, right? And when you are in your during your graduation days, when you are with with students from all over India, you are interacting with them on a daily basis. You get to learn a lot about different people. You get to know about how to how to manage, or how to uh, be with people with different interests. you know
Agreed.
so yeah, so I would say that that's one skill. It it it's That's been very, very handy.
Dealing with people, dealing with different people,
Absolutely.
basically,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Yeah.
competing with them, basically.
No, I would not say competing, but I would say dealing. It's like you get to learn, you get to know people, and once you get to know people, then you will get to know how to do business with them. You know, how to hire them, how to negotiate with them. So at the end of the
Also,
day,
I
it's
think
like
this is
business is
the
all about
this
dealing with people. Yeah.
I think this skill is very nice because each time you go to a new country as a nomad, you have to deal with different sorts of people, different personality, right?
Right. Yeah, of course. Yes. So that's there, and that's another lesson. So I think I would say that that's one thing you learn from traveling. Is like all of a sudden you are in a new country, you are immersed in a new culture. So cultural norms are different, behavioral norms are different. It might take you couple of days or weeks, but once you get hold of it, it's amazing once you get to know new ways of once you are completely immersed in the culture, you know. So you're not the same, you know. It's like I feel like all of us are all about people we meet and places we go to, you know. So every city
Sure.
you go to, every city gets rubbed on you, and you are not the same.
Mm-hmm. True. Talking about cultures, I have a question. Okay, I'm a little curious about this. Like, you have been to a couple of countries. Was there even like some countries where you wanted to stay or where you wanted to settle for, or you really liked that place a lot?
Yeah, sure. A lot of places. So Italy for me is a second home because
Oh.
that's where I got my first job. So it's
Mm-hmm.
it's very dear to me. Um, uh, New Zealand is amazing because it's so beautiful. It's like New Zealand is so beautiful that you can't take a bad picture there. You know, anywhere you click, it will be beautiful. So Kyrgyzstan again is a very beautiful place. So yeah, when there's so many beautiful places. I love India also immensely because India is one of its own kind. India is such a
Yeah.
amazing melting pot where all different cultures come together. So to be honest, what I feel like, I really want to go and experience all different countries, but I want to come back and stay in India.
Oh, that's nice. That's always nice. So let me see. There are some more questions. What are the required skills that engineering aspirants need to possess once they complete their course?
Okay, so okay, so see, again, it depends on what you majored in. All right. So this
Mhm.
is, I see this is a very generic question, and I'm assuming Ida is asking in context of getting the job, right?
Yeah,
Right. So
basically it will be that, yes.
yes. So to be employable, see, we are living in a time where the way hiring is happening is mostly through hackathons. You know, what matters is not your uh, score, but what matters is how you perform on that particular day, right? So what I'll suggest is prepare yourself for that. So it's like when you're sitting for a job, ensure that you know about that company. So knowing about the company goes helps a lot in uh, you know being highlighted, or the recruiter will keep that in mind, and that it's not just that you have the idea about the subject, but also you have done your homework and you have researched about the company, so you have the idea uh, about the company in general, right? So that also helps. So yeah, I hope that answers that question.
It does actually.
Yeah.
I don't know how satisfied Ida is right now. So let's move on to the next question. What, according to you, is the importance of skill based learning or even online courses for that matter?
So I see that education is learning is all about online courses now. Okay,
Yes.
it's all about all the MOOCs, and yeah, I feel like we are getting we are now living in a time where more than the degree you have, what matters is what you know, what you have learned, right? And
Hmm.
so I feel like, you know, it's like a lot of people, they go to college just to get the degree. Online courses is where they learn, isn't it?
Yes, yes,
So
yes, definitely.
that's yeah, so that's how it is. I mean, so there is a saying that don't let your learning be interfered by education. So it's very rightly said, you know. So yes, of course you have to get the degree, but ensure that you learn through whichever way you can. And I see that learning through massive open online courses is the right way to go.
I think, right, as of now, most of them have realized the importance of online learning. Never
Yeah.
focused on that aspect before, but then this pandemic has made us realize.
Yeah, I'm glad it happened. No, so also it has democratized learning, you know. So you don't
Yes,
have to
yes.
be in a particular institution. No matter where you are,
Hmm.
you have access to everyone has access to internet, and there are so many free online courses that you can take.
Definitely. How did you deal while changing your area of interest? Because we usually tend to get confused.
So yes, it's right, and it's a very good question. So what happens is we always doubt, but I think it's like if you give yourself enough time, you will figure it out if it's something for you or not. So it's like you can definitely test the level of waters. You can give it a try for a couple of months, and you don't have to. So thing is that to try something new, you don't have to leave completely what you are doing, you know. So let's say you are doing mm, you're working as a civil engineer, but you are more
Hmm.
interested in design, right? So you can start design as your side hustle. You can start doing design during weekends. You can start doing design after office hours, right? So that's a good way to check if you are really committed to it, or if it's something which is of which you would like to get full time into, right? So that's how you test the level of water, and after a couple of months you will have the clarity whether you are ready to go full time into it or not.
I can see there are a lot of questions here, and people really want to interact to you, Saurav. They really liked you and your
I'm glad.
ideas, basically.
So yeah, if we're running out of time, guys, feel free to connect on Instagram. You know, we can do an Instagram live later on sometime, or you can DM me, ask me a question.
Yeah, before that, we could just take two more questions, maybe.
Sure, sure.
Um, Here we go. How important it is to skill up and have multiple source of income to generate the funds that it requires to become a digital nomad.
Okay, so see, it's not like you have to. You need to have uh, multiple source of income. Even if you have one source of income, and that source of income is good enough for you to sustain your lifestyle, that's great. What I have normally seen is that most of the nomads, they have one major source of income, and then they have some digital assets through which they monetize. Okay,
Hmm.
by digital assets it could be like, let's say if, a content creator, for a content creator, their YouTube videos are digital assets, right? So
Yeah.
if if they get lots of views, they earn through YouTube ads. So what I would say is, again, it depends on what your core expertise is. uh, so it's I would say that it depends on your expertise. There are so many nomads who have just one source of income, but that one source of income is sufficient enough for them to be nomadic and be on the move. But yeah, one thing I would like to emphasize here is that if you are becoming a nomad, try not to sell your time, but try to make money from your with your brain,
Time.
as
Yeah.
in, no,
Mm-hmm.
don't sell your time, because you have finite
Mm-hmm.
time only, right? So try not to be a, try not to work on hourly basis. If you're billing your time, then probably you can make only finite money. Try to make your money work for you, as in try to invest, or try to create assets which can work for you while you are sleeping. you know so for
Mm-hmm.
example, along with running my content design agency, I have also been a Airbnb host. So as an
Mm-hmm.
Airbnb host, I don't have to give my time. I have created a team, they take care of it, everything. So it's a passive source of income for me. So you can create a passive source of income by being a Amazon drop shipper. You can be a Airbnb host. You can create some course on platforms like Udemy, isn't it? You can be
Mm-hmm.
a content creator on YouTube. So there's so many different ways.
Definitely. So let me take up a last question. So as I told you that our basic organic audience is engineering students. So
Mhm.
basically they want to know more of the engineering aspect.
Sure.
So what engineering resources, according to you, are most convenient when it comes to staying updated with the latest news, technology, and developments in the field?
What engineering resources, according to you, are most convenient when it comes to staying updated with the latest news technology? Okay. So I'm, I would say that I'm not aware of which media to follow, or like which site has the latest news. It's if you want to be aware of startups, I would say TechCrunch is a good place to start. Okay, so TechCrunch covers business news across all sectors. So you would find you know news related to your interest as well.
Great. Okay. So, hmm. So does it happen sometimes that you consider going back to a stable contract-based job, even if it meant to travel less and be less free in life? So this
So
question makes totally sense. It's
right.
nice.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a good question, and thanks, Pinky, for asking this question. And I feel like many of the nomads, they go through it, because what happens is that this living nomadic, working on the move, it's a very solo journey.
Hmm.
It's like you'll be mostly on your own, and when you're on your own, at times you doubt your
Hmm.
decisions. But see, it's travel is not the only reason why I got into digital nomad lifestyle. But the other reason has been that I feel like traditional 9 to 5 job has a lot of inefficiency, and is getting obsolete. It's like doesn't make sense. What I mean by that is that, for example, I see that many people, they have to commute 1 to 2 hours every day in order to do their job. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense to waste your time in commuting when you can pretty much work remotely. So to answer your question, Pinky, no, it's not just about travel. It's about working efficiently, and I feel like I can work more efficiently when I'm working remotely, right? Because I can save my time. I can along with the work, if I have to do some house chores as well, also that also I can do, right? And I can
Hmm.
also save myself from unnecessary office politics, and a lot of ways we waste time when you're going to office and working from there.
Okay, Saurabh, so I'll just wrap up with the questions. There are a lot many actually. So yeah, you could get back to them maybe in the comment section, or maybe some of them will also approach you through.
Sure, I'll try to get back. I'll try to answer in the comment section.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, that's it with today's session. It was really nice to have you with us, and your views on different things totally contributed towards better understanding of a lot many things, I would say. Also, you completely choosing a different area of interest. Basically, right now, that is the main thing. We pursue something, but then we want to do something else. We're passionate about something else, and we are pursuing something else. So here, there's a little bit of confusion. You put it into
Exactly.
the right word.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want to show you guys something before we wrap up. It's
Yeah,
related to
sure.
what you just said. Okay, and it's something which is lying on my desk, and it's written that the real betrayal is forgetting yourself. Can you see it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So it's like it's very important to be yourself in the world where everyone is trying to make you something else. So it makes sense to be authentic. Live your life. You don't have to do what others are telling you to.
I think that was a
It's
very
been lots
powerful
of Gyan.
closing line. It
Sorry for
definitely was.
preaching. Yeah.
It's been like a very enthusiastic session, and now I can see Saurav coming up with his what do you say inspirational talks, and I always like that.
All right. Okay, guys. So it was really fantastic. Thank you, Zainab. And
Thank you so
as I
much,
say,
Saurav,
yeah, it was a pleasure.
for being a part. It was a great pleasure for me to have you, and I would like to thank you on behalf of the whole 9SEM team for accepting our invitation and joining us on this live session on a very interesting topic. We
Sure.
surely had a great time with you. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care. Have a nice Sunday.
Yeah,
Bye.
you too. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, so that was it with Saurav Arya. I hope you all enjoyed this live session. I told you it's going to be really nice. It's going to be something very different, and I am sure you all had a pretty much elaborative idea about a lot many things. And don't think about traveling much right now because we are still into a pandemic. So let's stay at home, be safe, and take care of your families, take care of yourselves too. And yeah, as I always say, if you all want to do some of the skill based learning, like especially for the engineering students, 9SEM is again offering you with all this, skill based learning and core learning. So you can approach to us. Till then, take care. We'll see you soon, probably. Bye.